Hey YouTube, it's Jurracmaster, and this is a Chaos Ninja Jurrac deck. So the story behind this is, I had made Chaos Dragons, and someone had said that they wanted to see me build a Chaos Ninja Dragon deck, and at first I was like, ninjas? I have no idea why I would put them in there. But then I saw some of the ninjas, and I saw an actual Chaos Ninja Dragon deck, and figured out why. I had forgotten this had happened, but we got that Ninjutsu Art of Super Transformation card, and I didn't really remember it involved in ninja, so I just thought it was a card that I could throw in when it came out, and I had forgotten it had already come out. But then I saw that Hanzo searches the Ninjutsu Art cards, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with Hanzo now. So I saw this and thought, well, why not? I'll get Hanzo's and Super Art of Transformations. So I did, and I thought since this is a Jurrac channel that I would put it in Jurracs before I put it in the Dragons, but I will be making a Chaos Ninja Dragon deck. So, I guess I'll get into the deck and see what you guys think of it. My bad. Alright, so I have 3 Jurrac Guaibas, 3 Jurrac Velos, 2 Jurrac Dinos, 2 Jurrac Aeolos, and a Jurrac Terra. So that's it for the Jurrac engine. Then we have our trusty little Kinkabayo, 2 Effect Veilers, 3 Hanzos, and now for the big beaters and chaos aspect of the deck. We've got 1 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, 1 Superconductor Tyranno, and 1 Blackluster Soldier. So, the Superconductor Tyranno I want to go over right now. I know Galaxy Eyes is a typical target for the Super Ninjutsu Art of Transformation, whatever. Ninjutsu Art of Super Transformation, rather. And, I just thought that's kind of weak. You know, like, just having the Galaxy Eyes, putting 2 in or whatever, and thought, you know, it's not the best thing I could do. This guy, however, is 3,300 attack. I believe he's weaker in defense. Yeah, by a good bit. He's 1,100 weaker in defense. But that's not as important. The fact that he's a dinosaur is nice, it looks cool, but it really does not matter at all in this deck. I could make decks that use him that matter that he's a dinosaur, but mainly what he does for this deck is he's a light. He's a stronger alternative to both Blackluster Soldier and Galaxy Eyes, and his effect works well because of the restrictions that the cards, some card that will summon him puts on him. So I'll get back to that later once I hit the Super Art of Transformation. Now, the spells of the deck, I have Reinforcement of the Army, 2 Dualities, 3 Lances, Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy, and Mind Control. That's it for the spells. Pretty quick and simple. This gets Hanzo, very important, and this grabs anything from the top 3, which I find more important than Fossil Dig in this deck, because I don't really need Fossil Dig in here. I've got the Hanzos basically do whatever they need to do, and basically everything else I'm going to draw into, or I will be able to duality into, so I'm not really concerned. I might work on a solution, by the way, for drawing into Galaxy Eyes and Superconductor, but for now I have solutions that kind of work for it. They're just not actual cards in the deck that get rid of them. So, now I'm going to get into the traps. I've got Solemn and Warnings, 2D Prison, Mirror Force, 2 Call of the Haunted, and 2 Ninjutsu Art of Super Transformation. So now that I've gotten to Super Transformation, let me just put that out. For any of you that don't know, I'll put down some stuff. This is why the whole thing is in here. Hanzo, when he's normal summoned, can search a ninjutsu art card from your deck and add it to your hand. So you set this, it's a continuous trap. He's out on the field, and what this does is you select a monster your opponent controls. It has to be face up, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yeah. So 1 face-up ninja you control and 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Send them both to the grave, and special summon a monster from your deck with equal to or less levels than the sent monsters. And it has to be a dragon, sea serpent, or dinosaur monster. So, hence, this works, and this works. The only thing here is once this leaves the field, banish the card. So my solutions are use his effect when you attack, remove it, it comes back, this no longer affects it, and tribute to do 1,000, and you know, it's in the grave, it's chaos. Replace it, you've just done 1,000 damage and now have a Black Luster Soldier out. Or this is in the grave, and you Monster Reborn it, or Call of the Haunted it, or whatever it is that you feel like doing with it. So, that's basically that whole play. Oh, one more note. There has been one time where I wish I was running Neo Galaxy Eyes. Just because I could. I won the duel anyway, but I got all 3 of these out at once. I was able to pull off drawing one of these and one of these, summoning this, adding this to hand, and I set Call of the Haunted, did this once, and they had multiple monsters on the field. This was later in the game that I did this, but I had this for the longest time, got this, went off, specialed this the next turn by removing Hanzo and Valor, and boom, that could have been a Neo Galaxy Eyes. The one time I wish I ran it, but it's not too important in this deck. So, that's basically it. That's how you get around the banishing effect. Having both of them in your hand, by the way, this one's easy to get on the field. You can just tribute for it, or you can get rid of some of your exceeds that are still out and have no materials anymore, which is useful. The next thing here would be Superconductor Tyranno. You kind of have to tribute for, or just leave it in your hand and hope that they Morphing Jar or card destruction you. That's all I can really say on those 2 guys getting stuck in your hand, but overall this runs pretty well. Oh, right, one last thing I was going to touch on here. This does send exceeds to the grave, but if you do that, keep in mind you have to special summon a level 4 or lower, which isn't a problem because the whole deck is made of dinosaurs that you could summon, all of which are very good choices. Stuff like that. Terra you could summon too, but mainly that's probably what you'll go into. This just clears a monster and just pluses, like, I don't even know. This guy is my draw engine. I use his effect a lot in this deck. Keep that in mind. I forgot to roll up my sleeve. I don't like my sleeve being in the video. So now I'm just going to go over, lastly, I'm going to go over the extra deck, because this was kind of carefully put together. There are a lot of things in here that are in here for a reason, and a good reason. So first off, I've got the 2 Lagias and the Dolka. Those guys are really important. 1 Utopia, and 1 Utopia Ray. Just Utopias as a backup, because I only have 3 Evil Zars, and it's good to have a Utopia. Like, I could bump it up to another Evil Zar, but then I'd have to ditch Utopia, and it just wouldn't work out well. Utopia Ray is just mainly there for the mind control. and gadgets and whatnot. It's like the new Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon against gadgets and other decks that play Exceeds. So basically everything, but mainly stuff like gadgets that make them easy. So now I've got the rank 3s. Not too many, just Leviair, Giga Brilliant, and Zenmaines. I know 3 is kind of a lot, but in the long run it's not too many. Usually I'll run 3 or 4. It's just my typical number. Trishula, while it's still here, once it goes away, assuming that it does in fact get banned in the TCG, then I will get rid of it and replace it with probably Mistworm or something else that's another level or another Exceed that I think is more important than a Mistworm, but for now, Trishula is still a good card in here. Now, something I haven't done a long time, I'm running more than just Stardust Dragon at 8, so still have the Stardust, but I also have Scrap Dragon. The reason for that being, this deck clogs up its back row like crazy. This does not go away on me because of the way that I play. I don't want to get my monsters banished, so I make sure the monster leaves the field before it leaves the field. So I'm going to clog up pretty fast. I mean, I'm going to be tributing Superconductor so that it doesn't get banished, but I'm going to be bringing it back again and having it out. So that's 2 right there. Sometimes this does happen. It's not uncommon, and that really clogs up. So I put Scrap Dragon in there, and I'm going to show you guys one of the best ways I like to get him out. So it's going to involve having Kinkabio, and you don't even need anything engraved, you're just going to need these guys. It helps a lot of times if you got this engraved, that way you can grab one of these, so all you have to do is have one of them out. You Kinkabio into this, tribute to get the one you're missing, and that's an 8. I've thought about the fact that I could use, I could find a way to use Dark End Dragon in here, but I'm not concerned with that. So, Scrap Dragon helps getting rid of those. Heavy Storm would do the job too, but, you know, Scrap Dragon's a better way to do that if you don't want to get rid of your entire back row by hitting one of theirs. You could hit their monsters or whatever, and it just helps with Scrap Dragon. So, finally, I'm just going to finish this up. It's getting kind of a long video here. So I've got my Black Rose Dragon, Bryonic, Cataster, and Formula. So that's the extra deck. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck, and just now, final note, that's in there because it's a light. It draws you a card, which this deck does need. It likes to not get anything it has, and that just works. So it's in there because it also makes Kinkabio, Valor, Chaos right there. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck, and thanks for watching, so have a nice day.